Hi everyone. So it has been a while. I'm here at the top of a observatory here in Las Palmas of Gran Canaria, one of the islands of the Canary Islands. And operating the light is Jonathan. Say hi, Jonathan.
Hello.
You looked all creepy with the light under your face, like you were telling a campfire story. I'm here under the crescent moon, and I thought I'd just give you guys an update since it's been a really long time. We went to the Costa del Sol in Spain. We went 2 places there. We went to a place called Migas, and I got to take a little dip in the Mediterranean. It was basically I don't want to say beach resort because that's a bit of an exaggeration, but it was a beachside property, and we did go to the beach quite a bit and walk along the beach and stuff, so that was nice. It wasn't so nice when a pipe burst in the bathroom and we had to deal with that. That was wearisome. I had to it was hard. We had to work to prevent the water from flooding the apartment, so that was tough. Thankfully there wasn't any carpet. And then we went to Malaga. In Malaga, I tried my hand at crepes for the first time. I had fun making basic dessert crepes, and I also made some crepes stuffed with some cream of mushroom chicken sort of thing that I rather liked. We took a flight out on Halloween, and if you're wondering if they celebrate Halloween in Spain, our sense is that they do, but not quite in the same way that they do in the US. See, what we noticed is that, so technically it was November 1st at the time that we were out, but you know, that's that morning is running over from the night of Halloween, and so we saw people out there in costume,
4 o'clock.
kind of like partying, you know. If you think of nightlife plus costumes, I think that's my sense of how they celebrate Halloween down there. So we took a flight to Italy, to Milan, and we met up with Jonathan's parents. We stayed there for about a week, and basically we just let them take the lead because it was nice to not be in charge for once. And so we saw all sorts of museums and things like that. We also had authentic Italian pizza, a lot of it, like almost every single day, and it's really good. The Italian pizza is different in a couple of ways from what I'm used to in the United States. One thing is that the crust is a lot lighter, and it's also a little bit smaller, and so what these two things together mean is that it's actually very feasible for me to eat an entire pizza by myself. It's a little bit of a stretch goal, admittedly, but I can do it, and so could Jonathan. And so could Bruce, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was fun. That was cool. Italian pizza. I probably won't get to ever have that again, but I like that a lot. So we said goodbye to Jonathan's parents, and we took a bus to Bologna, another city in Italy. It's kind of overcast there. We didn't really do too much. I drank ginger tea, and I started getting a little more serious about intermittent fasting. Started doing a 16-hour fast, 8 hours feeding window every day. I've been working on that, so that's been good. That's been positive, I would say. And then we took another flight here to the Canary Islands. And so we landed on the biggest island called Tenerife. We have observed the island. The south part was very dry. It was desert-like. It reminded me of several places at once. It reminded me of Mexico, Florida and Mexico at the same time, but also cities we'd seen, like Salamanca. So it was interesting. It was kind of exotic. Jonathan was eager to describe that as an exotic geographic place.
Yeah.
By the way, Jonathan is running an Instagram page with our adventures, and I'm pretty late to mention this, to plug this in, but I'm going to put a link in the description for this video, and he's posting daily, absolutely daily. He's very serious about posting once a day. So, and his updates are pretty much actually in real time, unlike mine are. So if you're still interested in the trip, feel free to go check that out. You can see a little more detail than what I've been sharing, and get daily updates. So that'll be cool. The handle is Solidago990.
Yeah, you better put spelling.
Solidago 990. I'm gonna put it in the description as well, but in case anybody wants to just jump to that. So then we went a little more north. We kind of traveled up the east coast of the island. From there to a little place, Polis, I think it was called. I took a swim in the Atlantic there, so that's two bodies of water that I got to go into, the Mediterranean and the Atlantic. I got a little bit of a bruise on my thigh and my arms from doing a cannonball from just a little too high up, but I had a lot of fun swimming in the water there. The food availability was shit, the Wi-Fi was shit, and the apartment had a problem with ants, but apparently those ants are a big problem in the city in general, so that was fine. It was a good time. We went north again to Santa Cruz, one of the biggest cities, and maybe the biggest city in Tenerife, and that was in the heart of the city. And I think I'll just put a clip here of the noise that we had to deal with.
What they're arguing about?
No idea, but it's a lot.
Yeah. Like freaking out. It's funny too because if you look outside, they're just like looking at each other from their windows and it's like yelling at each other.
They're doing it from the windows?
Yeah, that comes to it.
Oh my god.
It's pretty funny. They're just yelling at each other from the windows.
Oh, it's from back there. It's not even out here. Jeez, I thought it was literally right outside the room. It's like a show, everyone's just watching. Basically, the place was a nuisance. So we put up with that, and then we took a boat over to another island, which is where we are now. We are in Gran Canaria. Our time in the Schengen zone is almost up, so tomorrow we are waking up early and taking a flight to say goodbye to Spain, goodbye to Europe, and to go into Morocco, which is a country in the northwest corner of Africa. We're actually landing in Tangier, which is right on the tip near the Mediterranean, near the Strait of Gibraltar. So we'll actually be pretty close geographically to where we were in the Costa del Sol in Malaga, but it will be a completely different culture, a completely different country, and a completely different people. And we are in talks with somebody to do a workaway there. We will be teaching English. We'll be participating in a sort of language exchange program. My sense is that they're in training and they're going to practice their English with us, and so we're going to converse with them, and then of course they're going to share their culture with us. We're going to talk about cultural things, and maybe they'll show us how to cook some traditional Moroccan dishes and such. Oh, and by the way, we celebrated Thanksgiving yesterday here. I made a little 3-pound bird. I think it was a Cornish hen, but I'm not sure. And yeah, I just made a little 3-pound bird for me and Jonathan. I cut up some of the carrots that I roasted with it, and I made my first attempt at gravy. John and I are not big on gravy, and we don't really know what gravy is supposed to taste like. So I have no idea if my first attempt at gravy was good or not. Gravy is not traditionally part of either of our diets. But whatever it was, if it wasn't gravy, I think it at least came out alright. I think it was gravy. I was a little confused because the fond didn't stick to the pan. I think it was a stainless pan, and that's why it happened. I'm also not sure if there was enough fat in it because it was a small bird. So that was our little Thanksgiving celebration. And that's all I have to say for now. So this concludes our time in Europe in the Schengen zone, and the adventures continue in Morocco. So, see you all next time. Gran Canaria. John and I had an interesting little conversation about the grammar of gran. Gran means grand, and grande means big. That's Spanish. Now, big and grand basically mean the same thing. So do gran, so do grande, right? In that they share that relationship. But it's funny because gran is not a different word than grande. It is a different word, but if you look at the spelling, it's almost like you just truncated grande, and you get a different word. So it'd be like if instead of the word grand, it was bi. Yeah, I don't know, kind of rambling. Might cut that out. Anyway.